And welcome back. Okay, so I've done a little bit of flattening out of the land. Looks a bit better. We still have to figure out what we're going to do with the pigs, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and start laying out that foundation. So here's the road. Yes, it's a 16 by 16 area, but you have to give some land to like the government so that we can like, I don't know, get decent roads going on. So let's just put these where the actual borders of what we're planning on building is. Okay, so the borders are now defined. In this particular case right here, the house is right next to the road, which is good. Because we want all this back area to be useful. Otherwise, it would have to be all this side area that's useful, and the house would be like right here. And then you'd have to have the horses over here. Or, regardless, you'd have a big mess if you move that anywhere else. Over here, on the other hand, with this being a potter's place, I really want just immediate access to what I'm doing, and it doesn't really require a place that has to be set aside for anything. So I'm going to be putting the house probably back here in the back. Let's see how big I want to make it. Do I want to make it 3? No, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and make it 5. And then this is going to be a wall, so let's... I guess it doesn't really matter where we put that. That's not really going to look that great. So in that case, let's just put it here. There's the corner of the house. Let's bring that on back. 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What's that gonna look like? It's gonna have 3 on one side regardless of what we do, so let's put the larger side towards the outer. Yeah. And then this one should be pretty evenly spaced. And that kind of gives us the courtyard. I did go ahead and pull up some of this. All you have to do is use a shovel. Comes up pretty easy. I left a little bit here so you could see that, but most of it I already pulled up and got over there. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Well, I guess we could try for 4. And then... Okay, yeah, these pigs are really... They're in the way at this point. I mean, like, legitimately in the way. guess that'll work for right now. It's just gonna be a hassle, I guess. Oh well, let's go ahead and take care of these guys. And they are going to be a pain no matter what I do, so... Okay. That doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look that great either, especially... Okay, they are going to go exploring, huh? And we need some more torches. Where'd the other one go? Oh, there it is. You know what, we'll take care of where they're supposed to be later. For right now, let's... I guess keep them out of the way. I don't really have a good answer for that. Luckily, we've been in this town long enough that, it's well lit, and we don't... Did the pig just go in there? Oh, I see. So you were looking and seeing how the blacksmith lived, huh? Here, let me show you a little bit more about it. Hmm? No. You wanted to look. So let's put you in here so that you can look better. Not the window. We want you in here. You know what? I think I have a good solution for this. Because they are being annoying. And if I recall, I harvested some jute recently. Which then allows me to have some jute fibers. Which then lets me make rope. So let's go get the sow. There she is. Come on. And then let's go get the boar. And I guess for the time being, let's keep them out of the way by having them in the blacksmith shop. But then if they hop up here, they could get out. There, that should stop them from getting out. I think. I hope. Except they can fit in a space that big, can't they? There, I think we've pig-proofed the blacksmith now. Where's the other one? Now, how'd you get out? No, that's not cool. Come on. You're supposed to stay in here. Okay, let's get back to work then. We don't need these marking anything anymore. Okay. And that can be the entrance. Or were they getting out through the... Oh, you know what? I think they were. They were getting out this way. They were hopping through that and then hopping out the front. Wow, okay, yeah. Never underestimate, pigs. They are pretty smart. So I'm gonna gather up some straw, lay out some bricks, and then we will come back and do a bit more building. See you then. Okay, that's done. Gathered up enough of these. Hopefully that should help. So let's go check in here and grab our saw, see how the pigs are doing. There's the boar. Don't tell me. Okay, there's the sow. I swear, these... You know what? There. These pigs are gonna give me a heart attack one of these days. I don't think we need the shovel anymore. Yep, there we go. Actually, first floor's made of mud, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So then let's just get onto the frame, I guess. We could do wood floors. Except it's a potter. I have a strange feeling that wood floors are not very practical when you have a lot of mud. We could do stone floors, gravel. We don't have enough cobblestone for it though. Let's decide on that later, I guess. As for right now, let's pull this up and move it by the house so we can just use it to kind of get up there and work on it a little bit better. Yeah, I guess let's make the first one 3 again. I kind of like that style. And I really wish I had something to talk about with this, but it's just pretty boring. I guess I could talk about the yard, but... yeah, you know what? Let me go ahead and talk about the yard, I guess. Over here, we're gonna have the pit kilns. And possibly a stone where we can throw out some clay. And over here, we're just gonna have, like, a drying yard. It's gonna be used for the same thing it's being used for right now. A nice dedicated spot where we don't have to worry about finding space to throw down mud bricks to dry. That's what, 2, huh? Yeah, you know what, though? No reason I can't work on it from here. Thinking we're gonna need some more sequoia, though. Yeah, definitely thinking that. As far as back here, this looks really shabby. Thinking we could probably get some dolomite mud bricks. Maybe sure it up a bit. As far as where these columns are going down, we could just drop them down all the way. As far as the mud bricks, we could do the same thing. If it was going to be a retention wall, we would want it to, you know, be a different color, but we could just extend that down as part of the actual foundation. Make it look a bit nicer, because once we start building things down here, it's very obvious where the actual level is. It's all where we're standing right now. But there was this transitional height. So we should probably go ahead and... yeah. With that being said, we will need some new axes, and we will need, some sticks. These two still doing good in here? Yeah, they are. Okay. So I'm gonna go cut down some sequoia trees, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, welcome back. Those finished up. I went ahead and moved them along, thinking this is gonna be where our big window is. Though I could move the window over here. Not really sure which one I want to do. Thinking that the door is going to be on this side over here. Sadly, we don't have enough, mud bricks right now. So, it's going to be a little bit of a small problem. I went ahead and moved down the columns, but since we already ran out and we didn't even finish the build itself, not really sure what to do. What I'm thinking we can do is just remove the dirt that's here, form it into the mud bricks, and then bring it back and replace it. That might be a good option. I'm not completely sold on it. But I don't see how we really have that much of a choice. So, yeah. It would give something to break it up with. The other thing I'm noticing is over here, as far as the slope itself, it looks fine as a wall. Over here, even over here, as kind of just a keep out fence. But it doesn't have enough over here. So I'm thinking if we go ahead and raise these up a bit more, just kind of give it some presence. That would work just fine. But then the question rises, do we want to go ahead and use fence blocks, or do we want to invest more in a wall there? My first notion is fence blocks. And let's go ahead and use this one too, because honestly, the best place would be here. Because you can still get up here pretty easily. I mean, obviously, even with the fences, you're going to get up here anyway, but that's not the idea. The idea is to make it harder. Make it visually more impactful. Although, with that being said, if I didn't want anyone up there, I could literally... You know, let's go ahead and do that. Let's just wait until we have more Firelight mud bricks and fill those in then. In the meantime, I'm thinking I'm going to dig out this dirt, make them into mud bricks, and fill them back in. And before we do that, let's come on over here, because this building needs some glass. I'm kind of tired of not having windows. So let's try making... Oh, right, the pigs are going to be in the way. Maybe we could throw a temporary wall up, keep them out of here too. Or, since they seem so content to be in there, temporary pig pen. Yeah, I know that's ethically questionable. Well aware of it. We will be fixing that soon. But for right now, it does work. And I think it's even less, you know, I think it's even more ethically questionable if I let them stay over here and fall into the fire pit that I'm making. Now, in order to do what I just did, what you do is you shift right click with your charcoal in hand, and it'll just do that. Then we're just going to go ahead and light it. Now we have a place where we can put our fire starter, charcoal, molds, things like that. Actual blacksmith tools that, well, we don't need to be storing in the other house. So I'll move that over. I'll gather up some sand. Actually, I think it might be more fun if I showed you on camera. Let's just get a few things of sand so I can show you. That looks good enough. I've had this stupid, like, nasal congestion the last few days. It's really irritating. So yeah, let's start that up. As the forge itself gets hotter, and it's gonna take time for it to get to its proper heat. Anyhow, as it gets hotter, the temperatures in here reach a higher temperature. Average. A lot of people aren't really, you know, they don't spend much time paying attention to it. But your temperature bar over here on the left shows you what temperature you can get it up to. So when it says hot, it's still down here. Very hot. Still here. Come on. Faint red. That's right there. Just as it's just barely faintly red. So right now, see how it's leveling right there at orange? That's the hottest we can get the items. So if we had a piece of steel in here, with this bar sitting right there in orange, it's not gonna get the steel any hotter than orange. And you used to be able to put food in here to cook it. But they decided to remove that because you can't really cook food in a forge very well in real life either. Even if you take your forge and make it out of a I don't know, out of a device that you would normally cook food in, even then, you're still not going to be doing a great job cooking food. It tastes terrible. Just take it from someone who's been there and done that. It tastes terrible. And I probably should have turned that into panes, shouldn't I have? Yeah, I'm thinking I probably should have. Oh well. Made a mistake. You learn from it. Now, when last time I checked on the recording timer, it did say that it was going to be coming up close. So I'm not sure how much time I have left to really do anything with you guys. So give me a second to check on that. Okay. Yeah, just as I thought it was gonna say, it's that time again, guys. So with having glass windows in here, and see how I can safely measure this off so it's not gonna be a danger. And that's just gonna die down on its own, so I don't need to worry about that. Let's let these guys out. I'm sure they're tired of just sitting around doing nothing when they could be exploring. Actually, I'll leave this open, see if they come in here and play. Except I don't want them up the stairs. Upstairs could be dangerous for them. Okay, cool. I did not know that that could happen. Yeah, so that happens. I guess that fixes the whole problem with them getting upstairs. We'll fix that between episodes. For the time being, these guys can feel free to play around in the house. And we have accomplished quite a lot. So, until next time, I will talk to you later.